Hey, it's Dave Austin here, and it is Monday, and I am a little bit late today because I wanted to share with you the beauty of Utah, the beauty of the colors that I'm getting to experience right now. And the first place I chose, it was a little bit too noisy, so we came up to the hill a little bit more into a neighborhood where you can still experience the beauty that's being painted here. It's been amazing. You know, I lived in Southern California for most of my life, so I haven't actually experienced the beauty of what Utah has during this time of the year, and it's awesome. And Jason, who I think lives here, is on. That's pretty awesome. You get to enjoy this all the time. Alice Shaw, awesome to have you. That's awesome. How many times do I say awesome? And Jim Grasso, who used to live here. What a neat thing. Coming on. I'm sorry that I'm late, but I felt it was worth it to just kind of find a special place today. And in our game ready today, it's my title is, Are You Willing to Fail? I mean, that's an interesting subject. And I look at the things that I've been blessed to do in life. You know, it's like, well, someone says, well, how did you get to do that? And how did you get to do that? You know, I've been a professional tennis player. I've had a record on the radio. I've been in movies. I've written books. And I realized that it's just that I have a willingness that even if I fail, I'll survive and live another day. And but I'm still challenged all the time. When I'm going into something new, it doesn't mean I don't have fear. I do have fear, but it's how I face my fear and move one step at a time. Even in fear, you can find, in fact, everyone should have a little bit of that each day, because now you're making movement. You're not just being a ship in harbor, a nice safe spot. You're actually advancing to how you've been built, to go take the seas on, to rush out there and to move on. So the biggest challenge I have in that is that sometimes I think about, well, if I fail in this mission, now that I'm somewhat of a public figure, people see me and that, oh my gosh, everyone will see that I failed. And you know, that creates a, you know, you might call devastation. And then I have to go, okay, why would I be devastated? Well, one, I want this to happen, so that's true, but I'm willing to release the result to a point that I can just take on the journey. Take on the journey, whatever the journey brings, and have this deeper trust that God is always with me. If I allow that partnership, so that in my weakness and in my strength, which I think I've talked about before, I can go ahead and go forward. So when I have that fear of failure, I can then just tap back into, what can I do today? What step can I take today? Instead of getting into overwhelm and thinking about and getting focused on something that I don't want, I focus on the beauty of what I have, like right here, right now. Focus in, look at the beauty behind me. There's a lot of color to focus in on. And I just have to keep remembering that if I stay in gratitude for what I have, then whatever happens, happens. I actually surrender, but keep taking action. So surrender doesn't mean stop all things and just let it be. Surrender so that I can just breathe through and not put so much attachment, whether I fail or not. It's the joy and the privilege I have to move forward. And if you look at it that way, it's easier to start a company, to be in a company, that, you know, to be an entrepreneur, whatever it is that you challenges you. Do you have fear going into it? Well, if you say, no, never had fear, then you're stuffing something in you, or you're not advancing. So I do it in spite of fear. I do it in spite that I am challenged at times, because I'm a human being, that, yeah, I might not get exactly what I'm looking for. But if I always keep advancing, it's like the quote that Shane did a week ago or so. McGregor says, I never lose. I either win or I learn. So then that takes you through that step of, okay, am I afraid that I might fail? Well, not if you take a look at it and say, I always win. I'll either win or I'll learn something that advances me. And that's the gift that you can bring to yourself every single day. And there's a lot of things in childhood we might not understand. There might have been things that happened to us that we don't know why. One of my clients today was telling me a story that when he was 4, his dad wanted to go. It was Halloween. It's Halloween time now. Wanted to go into this scary building that it was all set up for Halloween. It'd be fun to do. And he looked, and he had to crawl under this black curtain, and he goes, no, I can't do that. And his dad was upset with him because, come on, it's going to be fun, you're going to enjoy it. But he wasn't brave enough to crawl under the curtain. And guess what? He's held on to that for a big part of his life, of that fear that stopped him. So part of his life in high school, he was a risk taker just to prove he could do it. Wrong reason to be a risk taker, just to prove yourself you can do it. But it then went back to, all of a sudden, sometimes when something felt right, but then he remembered that fear, and that feeling, it's all about the feeling, stops him from moving forward. Today, he allows himself to take a breath, to breathe in and feel like, is this right or is it wrong? So there's a kind of a divine wisdom that shows up that allows him to step forward. And I think about, here I'm a mental performance coach. I work with so many great either business leaders, Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, you know that, the athletes that I work with. And the thing is that with all that I can give them, I have some things that I go, well, wow, why haven't I been able to get through? Like my fear of heights. And I've done things in spite of my fear, but my body starts shaking inside. And so what I do is, well, what is it? Where did that come from? Well, how does that serve me? And so then what I do is I go back to a place, and usually I have help in that, going to that place, either by Aaron and Veronica, who you can meet on my Facebook page, who do wonderful work. Mark Haddis has got a gift in bringing people to that place that it's in you, but you don't even know it's in you. And so you go to that place, and I remember absolutely now what created the fear that I have of heights. When I was younger, as a kid, we were at the Seattle World's Fair, and we were going to go up the Seattle Space Needle. I'm so excited. I'm a kid, right? Oh, this is going to be so much fun. We go up, and there's windows, so you can look down as you go. I'm going, this is so cool. And then as we go up, all of a sudden my mom freaked out. Oh, we're going to die. We're, just freaked out. So as a kid, I just start going, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to be afraid at this. I didn't know that. I was having so much fun. I freaked out. My whole body started shaking, going, we're going to die, we're going to die, we're going to die. And as it kept going up, my mom got more and more freaked out, and I almost was out of control. So now by going back to that and realizing, does that serve me now, that fear, and recognizing where it's from, take some breath, just bring it to the surface so it's not stuffed anymore, so I can start moving through that fear. So that when I'm in a situation when I'm high, up on something, I don't let the emotions get in the way of my objective of just being there and enjoying it. Or like when I did with the special ops, I was coming down a cliff just with a rope, and that whole feeling was inside me, but I breathed. And RESPA in our animal beast triggers, I just said RESPA, which because I trained myself in it, it gives me a deeper breath. And so now I can just say, okay, what is my objective? What I've done is I moved up above my fear, and now I can focus on what really is important. So, are you afraid of failure? I think all of us have some fear of failure if we're moving into something. And part of that is just recognize it. Don't hide it, don't stuff it. Recognize that it's there. Now, just as I've done, as I recognize something, it doesn't have the power over me. It's like taking it out of darkness and putting it into a light so I can see it, so the boogeyman won't get me on it. So that's how I have been able to accomplish having a record on the radio, playing on the professional tennis tour, being in movies, because there was no guarantees in any of that. Real estate development that I did, everything I've done with the risk of it failing. The risk of it failing. And so I challenge myself. How can I grow through this experience so that I never fail? I always just learn and keep progressing in life, because I don't care how old I am or what age I get to enjoy life here on this planet. Every day is a new day for me to advance. And with that, there's a great deal of joy. So yeah, There's some risk involved. But if you take the risk on in a deep breath, it's in the breath that gives you the strength. So that is my message on your Monday, to think about that as you go forward. Last message before I do the Game Ready, which we all, hopefully you've come to love. I do it with so many athletes, and I'll tell you what, our business clients, it is a game changer. And I give it to you free so they can just tap into what you're looking at this week and see it and fully live it. But before I do, I wanted to share something with you that absolutely has just completely left my mind in this beauty. So I'll just let it be. It's okay. See, there are no mistakes. It just happened. It's real. This is live. So it came for a moment, and I didn't capture in the moment. So I'll move past to this moment. And in this moment, I'm going to ask you all just to set intentions, 3 intentions for today, for this week. What do you really want to focus on this week? What are the key things of how you want to be? When I say intentions, it's not your goals. Every week you should be setting and looking at your goals of the week and of the day. But your intentions are the mindset you're going to take to achieve. So think about that for a moment, and then, you know, think about things that, and the way that you approach life with a clear mind, a clear heart, even when it's fearful. And if you can't do it right in this moment, it's all right. Take some time after this and get yourself locked in, because living that way, it's a system. To be successful in anything in life, it's about winning habits. And that's all I do with the Beast. Why people come to and study under me at Beast Training is because it's a system that has proven to work over and over again. And if you do something over and over again, it becomes something you no longer just know it, you become it. So it's a system that I want you now just to, 3 things that you're going to set for intentions so that you bring that part of you to each thing you do this week. So when the fear shows up, the I don't knows, the oh my gosh, I don't want to be devastated if it doesn't work, shows up, you have something you can fall into that's a system that supports you. Now, in that intention, I want you to now take a moment and just be grateful. Be grateful for this very moment. Be grateful, as I am, as I look back at this beauty of this spot that I chose here. As I said earlier, I never knew Utah was this magnificent. Kathy and I made a decision to move here. Scary. Very scary. When I've lived by the coast, never felt I could ever leave the ocean. Pretty scary thought that I'm like, okay, something new. But I'm getting excited about the something new, because right now these fall colors will be only here for a little bit, and then they'll change to winter snow. Being in California my whole life, I haven't been through the seasons. I haven't cared to be in the seasons. I just cared about being able to surf year-round. Now I'm going to be able to ski when I want to. So whatever it is for you, tap into gratitude for this day. The love you have and the relationships you have, the love you have and whatever you're working on, no matter how challenging it is, the love that, wow, you get to be the person who brings it to this earth. You get to be the one that can step through the challenges and create something that not only serves you, but serves many. So in the strength of that gratitude, I want you to close your eyes. Now, as you close your eyes, I want you to just go ahead and see a gate. And Jack Archie, I know I haven't mentioned, a lot of people are on. Baseball player that I worked with, he knows about these visualizations because it helped him pitch. He went, I don't know, what was it, 17 games in a row of wins? See, this visualization doesn't guarantee wins. It puts you in position to win. So just step through the gate, come into a place that's absolutely gorgeous. You can even keep your eyes open if you want at this moment and look what's behind me, or see for yourself some place you would love to be, and just put yourself there. And all you need to do now is just appreciate the beauty that surrounds you and say yes to this in magnificence, to lift you into a higher place. And just breathe it in deep through your nose and then out your mouth. At least 4 very deep breaths. To be true to this system or way of being, do it complete, because it's in the very breath that all of a sudden the strength shows up beyond what you were even thinking, beyond what you could even know. It's the courage, the strength. And courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It's the strength to move through fear. So now you're stronger. Now the whole you, all of you, body, soul, and mind, is present in harmony. And that's strength right there. Stepping through the next gate. And then the next gate, now see your life, whatever you're working on, whether it's challenges or exciting because you just made a major win. Tap in, rejoice in the win, rejoice in the challenge. And now see yourself coming through the challenge better because of it. See yourself achieving, and more importantly than just seeing, feel what it feels like to achieve that which you choose to achieve. Feel it so that your body can get used to achieving that type of abundance and beauty in your life. So your subconscious mind gets so familiar with it that it's in creation mode right at this moment, because that's what you're doing. This is the power that you actually have within you. So allow yourself to tap into that. And feel the beauty of that. Those that might be right on the fence. Should I do this? Should I not? Should I bring it out? Should I not? See and feel for yourself what that feels like with it being successful. How does that feel to you? What is being revealed to you in this moment that needed to reveal so you can step into this new you that's always been here waiting to show up? And there'll always be a new you that you can step into if you allow yourself to and surrender into it. Come back through the gate. Come back into this beauty. Be so grateful that you chose to move through in whatever fear there was. That you said, you know what? This is who I am, and I'm going to live fully. You know, it's like a baseball player who went up to the plate. If he's going to get a hit, he had to swing the bat. If he's afraid to swing the bat, no, there's no chance of a hit. So be grateful that what you just saw and what you just felt with you swinging the bat and connecting right on the meat of on the ball, lined it. Feel that whatever it is that you're doing, it's the same thing. So be appreciative of this beauty and bring this beauty always to the beauty of you, who you are. So you're in harmony with it. Out of harmony means that you're letting things and emotions get away from connecting at the highest good. And it takes, as I said before, winning habits, a system, a support way. Hopefully this is free to come on every Monday to start your week strong. And then at the end of the week, Shane and I, we finish the week strong with Aloha Fridays. And if you have not been blessed to watch Aloha Fridays yet, you don't want to miss them. And they're in YouTube, extremefocustv.com. Some of the wisdom that's shared, our guests are amazing. They share things that get you to think differently so that you can move your life to a better place. So we're still in this place of beauty in this nature. Go to a well, see a running water, drink from it, feel nourished, feel energized, feel born again in this very moment of who you are now rather than maybe what you've been. All that has set you up to be who you are now. Not saying you weren't great before, but now you can step into a better version. Step out the gate, open your eyes. You're game ready for a great week. And Friday, we have awesome guests again. Every week, I do this with my son, Shane. And Shane has become very brilliant at what he does. He's not only a professional football player, but he has stepped in, and you know, it took every step to get him to where he is now, to where he's opened up to be an amazing host that I get to co-host with. It's 1 o'clock Pacific time on Friday. So what we decided to do is start the week strong, finish the week strong. He's even got these things that he does on Wednesday just to help you through the hump. We're trying to be there with you every step. And somewhere along the line, if you want to join in on how to develop the triggers into your life fuller and stronger, reach out to us. We're here for that. That's what our mission is. So have an awesome week. This is Dave Austin, and be a beast in all that you do this week.